time. That's crazy.
Are we on the YouTubes right now?
We're on the YouTubes. We're
Hey,
late on my
YouTubes.
YouTubes. Sorry, YouTubes.
What's up,
Sorry.
YouTubes?
Sorry, guys. We're we had a weird hum in our mic, and
It's always something.
it's always something. It is. But we're just about. So I'm gonna get the Facebook thing started too. So we're gonna start in a little bit, but let's see. Well, we might chat it for a minute until we get everything, all the streams started and everything. Let me see. All that sounds good. Okay, we're gonna be starting on Facebook here. All right. So we're officially started on Facebook. Hi, everybody.
Well, hey, wait.
So
huh?
the Facebook stream has started. If you can share it.
I'm gonna share it.
Okay. you sounded perplexed. What are you doing?
What's going on over there?
This is going out to people?
Well, our intro didn't go.
Oh, it hasn't yet.
Oh. I'm lost, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm rolling with it.
Cool. So guys, we're real excited. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna get the show started in just a second. Jackie's gonna get all the streams started and share that way we can all start together. We usually get them kind of rolling in, as we're going, but we thought, shoot, why not just get everything going at one time? So, but today we're gonna talk about some really fun things. I got some paintings to show you, and we're gonna talk about advertising, and that might sound boring. You may wonder, like, oh, well, this is about art and all, but there's some really cool things that we can learn. It actually is. There's so much that we can learn from that. But I want to take a look at the 1920s sort of advertising. Some of it's so funny, it's just ridiculous, and then some of the stuff that we have now. And I'm working on a painting that's inspired by Mahapi hot sauce, and which is delicious, and that made for a delicious painting, I hope. So I'm working on that, and we're gonna be doing that.
All right.
Are we all shared?
Oh, we're shared.
You ready to start this thing?
We're so shared.
We're starting, guys. Here we go. Everybody, hold on to your hats. Welcome, guys. I'm John.
I'm Jackie.
And that's true. And I'm so excited to be here though today because we're I don't know. I had a great weekend. It was my dad's birthday.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I got a lot of
very
fish.
good, but I'm gonna get that taken care of. But man, I tell you, if you're not gonna be feeling like great, it's good to be out at a lake around people that you love and stuff.
And I caught lots of fish.
Yeah, you caught a lot of fish. Jack caught an enormous catfish.
Yeah,
just crazy big, and but boy, yeah, it's a crazy thing. Like at the dock, my parents have been feeding the fish out there, and there's dozens of these giant catfish that just they just live there now. That's like they're all, mom really calls them their pets, but so they just make the water boil. It's like if you've ever been at a koi pond, it's a lot like that. It just makes the water boil, but. That's not really what we're talking about tonight.
I want to say on the YouTubes, Mahapi Sauce has joined us and says, "So excited, Mahapi here."
Oh man,
I'm excited too.
It's getting spicy in here, man. Yeah, the painting that I've been working on, and I'm so embarrassed it's taking me so long, but I wanted to do something. I don't know. It's we're gonna be talking about like advertising and all that stuff, but I wanted something that really spoke to me with that, and it's it's using the flavors and stuff. So hopefully this does that. But I've had a blast working on it though. I can't wait to show. Well, I've shared it a little bit on socials, haven't I?
Yeah. Today we shared it out, and then and Ron Captain joins us, says hi guys. So hey Ron, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is fun. It's interesting because when I went to grad school, it was for design research, so it was very heavy in the arts of advertising. So I find it kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Oh, and I should say, you're still wearing your costume, aren't you?
It's Tuesday. I wear this every Tuesday.
It's just your Tuesday clothes.
We
just did a sitting. We just did a sitting.
About?
And I'm going to be working on a painting from it. So I want to share that really soon too. But it's part of a sitting that we did like a week or 2 weeks ago or something. And we did part of that sitting, and I wanted to redo part of it. So we just did part of it. It's moments ago, really.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to do the drawing, and then we can share out like photos photos and the drawing, it's going to be, if you cover me up enough, you get a good picture.
Oh, you're gorgeous. Oh, you're gorgeous. You're crazy. But guys, so today we're talking a little bit about advertising and art. But the reason that I wanted to do that was because I'm working on this Mahapi inspired painting, and it was easy to do. Like for me, I'm not typically like I wouldn't say like a commercial artist, like a graphic artist.
No.
I paint things that inspire me that I'm really excited about, and but I've done food paintings in the past of food that I really really like. And Mahapi Sauce is really good, and I really liked it. So I wanted to do something that I felt pretty strongly about with it. And so I've been working on that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some advertising stuff, in because it got me interested in the idea that art for advertising. Some of the things that you can learn from that can apply to our art in any kind of art that we do. I mean, because the big thing about art for advertising is that you're just trying to motivate people. You're trying to get people excited. You're trying to impassion people. Get them, to do things. Just like light a fire under their tushes to get them to do something. But you're doing it through art. And you've had people that just think about that. Like, well, what makes people passionate? What drives people? And this is the kind of thing that we want in our artwork most of the time. We want artwork that connects with people. We want artwork that is exciting, that's fun. I mean, whatever emotion that we're going for.
What makes their eyeballs salivate?
Yeah. So if we're trying to make an image that connects with people, well, there's a whole field of artists that's what they try to do, and that's what they've been thinking about. And it really kind of started in the 1920s. We've been doing this 20s thing, and that got me really interested in it. And I thought, man, this is so exciting that in this era, this is when people started thinking about how to communicate with art to like drive people's passions, to drive people information, ideas, to put ideas in people's minds that they may never have had before. And I thought, that is so cool. Like all of this, I mean, I can use that in any painting that I'm doing. It just sounded really, really interesting. So I started doing that, and a lot of it is really funny. It's really, really kind of ridiculous.
Well, let me say really fast. My mom joins us, says, "Hey guys, love you."
Love you.
And Rachel joins us and says, "Hey" to both of you. And I want to say it's the Rachel with the wave painting, but her last name is different, so I don't want to make any assumptions. But hey, Rachel, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
And then Derek Foster joins us and says, "Can't wait to see what you've come up with for Mahapi Sauce." So,
oh man,
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
But what you were saying is really interesting, because I would actually argue that commercial art made even artists look at their work differently, because then they had to almost analyze what is what influences a viewer. So like if you think about like let's say advertising for like a tractor or something, you might use thick long lines like in a row or something. But if you're advertising lingerie, you might use curvy lines in your artwork. So all of that really influences the creative process.
Yeah. So if you're trying to make art that connects with people, you need to know that sort of stuff. And it makes a lot of sense. So I want to show the painting that I'm working on, but before I do that though, I want to delve a little bit into like the first Mad Men, about where all this sort of started, the idea of even coming up with ideas, and look at some old campaigns and some different things. It's I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know, I found it really interesting. I'm a nerd. I listen to stuff all the time, but if I liked it, maybe you guys will too. But and we're also going to give away some art tonight.
Yes.
So shall we?
Yeah, I'm curious what you put up there.
I
don't even know.
Okay. Before guys, I'm going to show you some campaigns from the 1920s, and I have some things to play for you and all that. But I didn't want to seem like I was sticking it to the 1920s and stuff. Like those rubes. They don't know what good is, or they don't know. They're so unsophisticated and all that. So I wanted to start with a few campaigns that are from our era, and this is stuff that actually gone out. So, beware. Okay, this is the monkey puppy dog, or the monkey puppy baby.
That's alarming.
And it's actually it's a Mountain Dew commercial that went out in the Super Bowl recently, like Super Bowl 50 or something. So they thought that this was a good idea. And this is actually a production shot, so the artists are actually making that weird thing.
So it's funny because you would never find this silliness back in the day. Like, this is maybe that's a current trend. Well, not a ways back, but you wouldn't find this in the 20s or the 40s or anything, because that humor wasn't part of advertising.
Well, now with CRISPR and gene slicing and all that, I mean, this could be a real reality, and just in mere years we could have it's all the cutest things. You like dogs, you like babies, you like monkeys.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a pug monkey. I don't know if I want a baby part of it.
Well, this is something you can actually do. This is a coupon from IKEA for a crib, but you pee on it. It's also a pregnancy test.
That's funny.
And whenever you pee on it, it reveals a code for like a IKEA coupon.
Man, I don't want to be the cashier that has to collect that. That's ridiculous. I mean, I assume this is for online shopping.
Hopefully it's an online code. But it's and so New Zealand is so apparently it's the place to go to fish, but so they had a whole campaign called Born to Fish, and they had a bunch of grizzled babies. It was a whole campaign full of grizzled babies and everything. So let's get.
Well, before you get into the depths of this, Chris joins us, says, "Hey, John and Jackie, you don't have to announce me, but I do. Thanks for joining us." And Sheila Mcconaughey joins us, says, "Hello."
Hey.
Hey, and Chris says, "Just a question. The Monkey Puppy Baby was a Super Bowl commercial. Was that a remake?"
I don't know.
I mean,
gosh,
did it need to be?
I hadn't really heard about it until I was looking at it today, and I thought, what?
Monkey Puppy Baby 2.
I was reading about it, and I thought, man, I don't know. That makes me want to look into it. Is there more of a story with a monkey?
I mean, there's got to be. I'm sure he's got a torrid past.
Yeah, really. Something's going on. So let's go into the 20s really quick. So some of this stuff I think is really interesting, because like in the 20s, like in before 1910, all advertising was just giving you information. So if you were an advertising man, your idea was just like, all right, well, that runs on this many watts, and it does this and this and this, and if you're that, then you'll like it. And then they started thinking that, hey, we should make products look different. They shouldn't all just, if it's bread, it shouldn't just say bread, with a black label and a white, sack or something. It's just like, let's, they started thinking, we need to make people want this stuff. And that hadn't really happened much before. It was just sort of, they might want to make their labels attractive or something, but it was more about information. That's what ads were. But now they started doing stuff like this, and it started to explode in different kinds of ways, like some radio ads. So I'm going to play something for you.
And now a message from our sponsor. Ladies, tired of drying your hair with the same old vacuum cleaner? Try Avon Shave brand new Beauty Locks portable hair dryer. It's smaller, it's faster, it's guaranteed to give you the hair you've always wanted in half the time. Beauty Locks is delicate and dainty, just like you.
I'm going to lower it down a
little bit,
weighs only
a pound
and
easily fits in your hair.
It's interesting
how
they did this. Like, this is the first time
with a speedy
it's
motor
mass
that will
media
dry your hair in
putting
as
stuff
little
out.
as 25 minutes, you can get gorgeous hair without falling behind schedule. Don't worry about the little ones or that pie in the oven. Thanks to an extra long extension cord, you can move around while primping your locks. Forget those long trips to the salon and no more waiting for hours under monster machines. Avon Shave gives you an easy and speedy hairdo that will blow your man away. Get it now at your nearest Macy's.
Okay, I'm confused.
Yeah, so they're not all gems.
No. I mean, like.
I mean, it's funny. Yeah. So it's different. So this was like, they're starting to think, because women now, because of World War I, this is when this sort of started, where they're starting to try to advertise to women, because women started getting in jobs and things, just like in World War II, how that happened. Well, that happened in World War I, and that's what led to the vote for women too, is that women started getting out, they started working more and all this, and advertisers started saying, hey, women are making their own money now. It's sort of like when kids back in the day started getting more allowance, and advertisers were like, oh, we need to start advertising to kids. You know, and that's what happened in the 20s.
You know, and I think they also started to realize that women were the major consumers, like of everything. Like even, like they may not have bought cars, but the reason for the glove compartment was so women could put their gloves in it. And and so I mean, like women were the driving force.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting because but women had more of a voice then. Like before, it was like, you know, like the advertisements were to men, like, you know, if you want to keep your lady happy. Well, of course, and that didn't stop. I mean, that completely stopped. Misogyny stopped in the 1920s, guys, by the way. We haven't had any of it since then. But no, but yeah, but it's interesting. Like, but they started advertising things to women, saying like just for women. You know, not like trying to get to women through their guys or something, or saying, you know. So there's more and more of that. Also, people love to smoke. Mm-hmm. That was a lot of it. So this is an ad by a doctor saying, "Hey,
hey,
these will kill you a little slower." You know, you get to have that long lingering death. You know, it stars like, you know, there's Laurel and Hardy here, but that went on for a long time. Like I saw, I remember seeing a TV ad, I think Lucille Ball or something in it way back when. But people love to smoke, and women smoked in the 20s quite a bit. It was like a liberating sort of thing, you know, like I'm independent, and so the same reason why adolescents smoke today, you know, or vape.
Yeah.
But you know, so I'm not calling women like adolescents. That didn't come out right. I'm not saying that.
You are digging a hole.
I'm digging a hole. I didn't mean to. Quick, somebody throw me a rope.
Well, no. I'll throw you a rope. Barbara Brands joins us, says, I'm here too. Hello to you too.
Hey.
And then Chris said, yes, Super Bowl 50 for Mountain Dew, but it's called Puppy Monkey Baby.
Monkey Baby. I got it backwards.
So maybe there is a sequel to this story.
Maybe.
I don't know. And then Fred joins us, says, ads are fun. And Yogi Bear used to do an ad for Winston cigarettes.
Wow, Yogi.
Wow.
Say it isn't so. Would you go in your picnic basket?
You got one bear that's about to burn down the forest and one that doesn't want you to.
Yeah, really.
It's dark.
It is dark. And it also was good for your children to be husky. So that's good. So you can be husky. Here you go.
Okay, am I blow drying my hair with a vacuum cleaner? What's happening here?
So, you know, you were mentioning about, is this a vacuum cleaner for your hair? This is a vacuum cleaner for the ground.
What it's meant for.
Yeah, but it's interesting. So it's just, I don't know. I think these ads are just so interesting to me. They're so nostalgic, but they're cool though. Like when you read them and you go into them, you know, the way that they're trying to think about, they're trying to appeal to the mentality. Like I think one interesting thing, like if you read stories from the time, like Fitzgerald and so on and so on, but sorts of things in short stories, and you read clips from the newspaper, you get a snippet of the way people think. But this is a whole nother angle. It's artists trying to think, trying to appeal to people using images and words. You know, so you get a whole other snapshot of the way.
You know, and there's a whole other aspect to this with like typography. I mean, because when I worked at the newspaper, part of my job was my major job was design of the full page of the newspaper, but I also like designed print advertising for it, and you were like graphics almost took a back seat to like how you did the typography in an ad.
Yeah. I never thought about new newspaper layout really before I met Jackie, but everything is laid out in a way so that you see certain things at certain times, and it's really, really cool. Hey, look, with a washing machine like this, it's almost like there's no work to do. It does all the work for you.
Dude, no. That's a big negative, 10-4.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Nancy Crouch joins us, says, hey guys, I don't ever recall anyone drying their hair with a vacuum either, LOL.
There was a Flowbee. I know that didn't dry your hair, but it cut it. But, you know, there was that Flowbee thing. If you ever watched late night TV in the 80s or 90s or something, or sometime.
I mean, like, maybe the suction of the air pulling dry. I just never thought about it that way. That's just weird.
Yeah.
And then
it took like 25 minutes or something. Like it was a while.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, and Nancy says, "What kind of wine are you drinking?" This is actually funny. I'm drinking Black Box.
Oh, are you?
Box wine.
We haven't drank that in a long time.
I know. John and I are trying to like save money.
Oh.
And we're trying to like, you know, be reasonable about things.
Yeah.
So I'm recognizing this is my first glass in a while of this type of wine, and I'm a little like I'm spoiled. I've been spoiled. I'm spoiled. And,
well,
and so now
get
I'm,
the good wine, darling. I didn't know you did that. All right, let's see.
No, it's just like, you just gotta get used to it. You just gotta get used to that sweet vinegary tang.
No, darling.
I'm just kidding. Black Box has won so many awards. It's really good.
Yeah, I used to be a huge fan of it.
No, I am a fan. Like it's probably.
Sure?
No.
I don't know if you're in the advertising team for Black Box.
Oh, yeah.
I think
it would be horrible.
I don't think you've done a good job.
Well, this is my second glass, so I'm doing pretty good.
Black Box, it goes down easy.
Glug.
well, here's an ad too. This it's a Maybelline ad, and I thought it was kind of interesting because the type that I read from it, it seemed more like a more modern kind of ad. I mean, almost like you could take this ad and you put a modern photo on it, you know, and it you could do it today almost.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You know, like the word from it, Maybelline.
Yeah, I'm sure, you know.
For your eyes.
It's gorgeous, and then you read the fine print, and it's probably sexist.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, you know.
This is true. So, anyway, guys, that's some stuff from the 1920s. I want to show you what I've got going on over here.
Well, really fast, let me say, Fred says Andy Warhol started advertisements. Yes,
oh, yeah. He was... You know, and I think that really informed like all of his work, you know, later on, like because of that background and what he did. I mean, like his studio was called the Factory because thank you. You know, because it was more like a business in a way. Well, he had two of them, but the second one was more factory like than the first Factory, if that makes sense. But he'd been shot, and I think he wasn't one to hang around crazy people as much. I don't know. So the second Factory added a little bit of a different feel to it.
A little more sane Factory.
Yeah, like you know, maybe there was a metal detector before you got in. I don't know.
Well, and Nancy says I've had that. Speaking of the wine, it's a good box wine. It is a good box wine.
Yeah.
It's my favorite box wine. So
I remember going on some kayaking trips with you, and they also make like a small version that's soft. And
fits right in that cup holder.
Yeah, you put it in a cup holder on the kayak, and she's kayaking. And
yeah, we were working a festival, and it's just easier to take the bladder out of the box and put it in the ice chest. And so my mom came to like hang out with us, and you know, she's hanging out for the long haul, so she's sitting there. She's like, you have anything? I'm like, oh, I got you want some wine? And I just pull out this like bladder of wine, and she's like, only my daughter. It's like, hey.
Well, that's like in the old days, you know, you have the wine skins.
Yeah,
stuff, you know?
there you go.
You know, you're just being authentic. That's all.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you're just going back to the olden days.
All right, so show us what's on the easel.
All right, I want to show you this, and then and then I'll show you something else that will make you feel better. So hopefully
make you feel better.
So this is a painting that I was working on. I'm inspired by Mahapi, and Fire. So here, let me give you a better view. So I love pineapple, and that's in there. And then we have the peppers, and the peppers are almost like the wood for a fire. So I wanted the heat of all this, but one of the things about this that I loved was the flavor, and it's going to be hard to see on this webcam. But there are a lot of colors in this that just aren't going to come up in this webcam. It's a nice webcam, but it just can't handle color like that. So, so we'll get some better photos, and I'll share that on social media and stuff. But there's lots of purples that probably just kind of barely come through. There's pinks, there's oranges, there's different colors of yellow. There's lots of different variation and stuff going on. But what I wanted, and for anybody that is visually impaired, is this 20 inches? I can't remember.
I believe it's 20 by 20. 20
by 20. Thank you. I swear in my brain. Yeah, it's a 20 by 20 inch canvas, and I painted it too so that if this is used for a product or something, it can be moved around. But I don't know. I just wanted the feeling, the emotion that you get. You know, like I don't know. I love food. I don't know if you can tell, but I love food, and I've done paintings of Hershey bars, of hamburgers, of things that are delicious. And it's so great because aroma, smell, taste can take you back in time. I mean, I think we can all relate to walking to a kitchen and smelling bread baking, and suddenly suddenly you're back to your grandma's kitchen, or soup is making, or something is there, or Thanksgiving, you know, and all the different smells, like foods that maybe you don't normally have during the year, and then you walk in through the door and then suddenly you're transported. Well, I love that. I love that. So I was trying to capture some of that in here. So some of the feeling that it gets me, like the sizzle, but the flavor as well. So
yeah,
that's what I was trying to do.
I will say because this is supposed to depict the Mahapi Max, which is like the really hot version of their sauce, and it is hot. It is very hot.
Do you have some there? Or?
I have, yeah. In fact, do you want to go to my camera really big?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is the sauce. Let me show the logo really good. Okay, cool. So
you guys should. I mean, honestly,
I'm mildly obsessed with it.
Yeah, you
More
need a ton of it.
But see, I like it in like everything. I like it like. I mean, I just like, we eat a lot of rice, especially right now because John's not feeling great. So we're eating a lot of rice, and it's really good just on rice. Like, I just eat a lot of it on rice. So the Mahapi Max is really, really spicy. So I think it, you know, depicts the fruitiness and the spiciness fairly well. And
it's nice. And in this painting, I used the heavy lines, illustrative lines, because I wanted it to be bold. You know, and so I didn't want like wispy sort of lines. So like with the pineapple, it's really bold, and I love how on the top of a pineapple, it's almost like flames anyway. You have these sharp angles that are going up, and you know, in the angles and all that, you know, it kind of gives you. It's funny with you're talking about lines and advertising and stuff, but with lines of this angle, it's more energy, and to have them thick like that, you know, it's like if you have a 45-degree angle. You know, it can be more intense than if you have like a more sloping sort of angle.
Nice.
So sharp angles to help with the intensity, the curving flames. So anyway, I don't know. I love doing that.
Yeah. Well, let me say, Fred says yes. That's how they used to do it. Pass the bag around. Speaking of the bagged wine, which, you know, everybody should have a bladder of wine. And then Chris said, "Wow, what a great painting."
Oh, thank you, Chris.
And then Fred said, "Looks yummy. How do you make your paintings dance, like on the social? What we did?"
Oh! I was gonna say, I think it's my foot on the easel right now.
Well, I know that you wanted to show it, so you could show it and then we could explain it.
Oh shoot! I don't think I loaded that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you didn't, it's on the socials, people.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah. Dang, I'm sorry. I had it loaded. I had it in the folder and everything, and I forgot to put it on there.
How you do that is an app called Story Z.
And I do it by Jackie doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, but it's a really cool app. Like, right now, I think I'm on the 7-day free trial, so you guys might just see 7 days worth of, like, moving paintings. But it's really easy to use. It's called Story Z. It's super fun. We did one a day ago of like the wave painting and moving, and then this one, and it's so easy to just like mask out the portion you don't want to move and then create movement. So it's fun. I like it. But that's how you do it. It's an app on your phone. There's so many apps to do all sorts of things when it comes to your images.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That is cool. Hey guys, I want to show y'all something really quick, and then maybe we can play a game and we'll give away some art. So I feel like we kind of stuck it to the 20s a little bit. So I just want to show you this ad from 1985 or 86. It cracks me up. It's just so, it takes itself so seriously. I just love it. It's just, and that's like the 80s. If any decade took itself seriously, it was the 80s. So prepare yourself for an obsession.
She was a fever from which I will never recover. All heat and hunger. She inflamed my senses.
Save me.
And when she had devoured my very soul, please, when I had nothing left to surrender, she abandoned me to the wreckage of myself and smiled.
In the kingdom of passion, the ruler is obsession. Calvin Klein's obsession.
Oh, the smell of it.
At famous bar.
That's so funny.
Oh, that kills me. So does anybody want to buy some perfume?
Oh, you know what though? They're just as ridiculous now with like the half naked dude like jumping off a cliff into like a beautiful.
Really?
Oh yeah, they're all the same. It's just obnoxious. It's just weird.
But I kind of love it in a way because it's it takes itself so seriously.
The difference is now is that they're just as serious and ridiculous, but they put like a celebrity in it. So like there's one actually that Johnny Depp is all over right now, and it's just the same thing. He's like picking out a field.
Okay.
He's all serious. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a little silly. That's crazy.
Well,
that's right. You know what's funny? It makes me think of the Matthew McConaughey commercials too.
Oh gosh, that guy. I mean,
where he's in a field drinking whiskey.
I love him as an actor, and he's a really good person. I've heard a lot of interviews, but he needs to quit with the advertising.
Yeah, it's advertising.
I mean, come on.
I like him too. Like I like as an actor and all this sort of stuff, but it's so funny and he does interesting ads. It's so weird. I mean, I like the one where he's sitting out in the field, because it's just like, you just if a guy was just doing that, like if you go into the house, like where's Mad Matthew? Where's Matthew?
He's out in the field.
He's out in the field.
Just out in the field.
With this bottle of whiskey, just talking to himself. Just typical Matthew.
Well, the Mahapi Sauce people say we love it. Definitely makes me Mahapi.
Oh, thank you,
nice.
guys.
And then Derek Foster says, I love how you've done the peppers as the base to bring the heat into the blend of sweet. A perfect visualization of Mahapi Max. Absolutely a beautiful painting.
Wow, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And congratulations, guys, with all y'all's success with it. That's incredible.
I know it's Brandon is like, I imagine he's the main dude that's like handling everything. I'm curious, is Derek like a partner, a brother? I'm curious about this. So let us know. Fascinated. And then let's say let me go back a second. Fred says like the Matthew, before we even started commenting about Matthew McConaughey, said like the Matthew McConaughey ones.
See, we're clicking, man.
Yeah. And then Chris says CK reminds me of Brooke Shields. Nothing gets between me and my Calvins. And Fred said, however you spell it with Matthew. And Kelly Graham joins us, says, oh, wow, I remember a skit like that from SNL back in the day. Didn't know it was a spoof from a real ad. Yeah.
That's
in fact,
funny.
The minute I saw you played
That's
I was like,
right.
that reminds me of an SNL. Like,
That's right.
That's hilarious.
My goodness. Oh, I have that other painting that I wanted to show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so well, let me say, Mahapi Sauce, which is Brandon, says, Derek is my little brother. Fascinating.
Oh, man.
Cool. Okay.
Well, that's awesome to be able to, I don't know, to do something like that with your family, I know.
Yeah. And it's good, tastes good. Not to mention. But,
let me put this up. Ooh, gosh.
Okay, so you're almost done with this painting, like on the verge,
yes,
I believe. Yes. And in
this one too, except every time I work on these, like there's always something I don't know. I feel like I would love to be like Cezanne. But the more that so I don't. And then the camera's not going to pick up the color on this.
Well, and the camera's a little low.
Oh.
But that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the Mahapi back in a sec. So the camera's not going to pick up the color. But I just want to show you, like I was working on this more. I was fleshing out the nose, it's just sort of a tough gangster kind of feel, but here I'm going to put the Mahapi back. But I just wanted to give the idea that last week we were talking about the bow tie, so I was working on that. But it just occurred to me, like the color on the camera, you're probably not going to be able to see that much of it. But I took out
go ahead.
Like a lot of the roughness in the shirt, so I just have it where it's a little more subtle now.
Nice.
I darken a lot of stuff, so it's like subtle changes that probably aren't going to pick up on this webcam. I'm sorry, guys. But let me put Mahapi back.
So in recognition of the gangsta painting about being done, we are going to do some trivia.
Yeah.
And give away some art. So get your gangster trivia, thinking cap on. Mm-hmm. Kelly says, oh, wow, I remember oh, sorry, that was an old comment. Derek Foster says, Brandon and Megan are the workhorses and creators. I'm the brother along for the journey. Haha. So, well, it's awesome to have family that helps out. I know we've definitely had that every once in a while. People step in and they're like, "Oh, let's help."
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Oh, and Kelly says, "Where can I get the sauce?" Really making me want to try it. You know what? It's I will put the link in the comments, but it's Mahapi Sauce, and
it's growing.
You can order it offline.
You're probably not gonna have to look for it too much, I think.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find it, but yeah, you can definitely order it, and it's yummy, and I love the pineapple in it. You know, it's like, I don't know, like I remember way back in the day I had sauce like with mango, and I thought, that's crazy. Like, you don't do that. That's wrong. I'm from Texas. You don't do that kind of weirdness. It was delicious, and then that really opened my mind up. And then with Mahapi and they're doing like their thing with it, it's just, I don't know, it works.
Yeah, it was yummy. I mean, we went through quite a bit of it, and I already had to get more. Well,
you want to give? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me say it really fast. Six joins us, says, "I got my print. It's amazing. Everyone loves it. Thank you again, guys."
Oh, awesome, Six.
And then Chris says, "I'm a gangster trivia buff. I keep losing your feed though." So, well,
oh no.
Well, I hope it sticks around. And then I shared the link for Mahapi Sauce in the comments over on Facebook if you guys are watching on YouTube. So
okay, hopefully it's not us. Let me check my thing.
It hasn't dropped on mine.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, it says 0 drop frames. So
okay, this is for anybody that's tuning in for the first time. We do some trivia, and if you think you know it, then write the letter in, and I'll write your name on a Post-it and put it in a hat, which I guess I'm going to use the hat I'm wearing because I forgot to grab one.
Oh, here, I've got a hat here too, darling.
That's okay. I don't want to get up. and then
I can pitch it to you.
That's okay. It'll probably knock everything over in the.
Probably, yeah.
And so then John will
I'm not a Nolan Ryan. This is true.
pull a name out of the hat.
Woo-hoo.
So.
Yeah, and every answer you get right is your name in again, just like you were saying. And so if you get a couple wrong, don't feel like you got to get them all right.
Okay, so let me wait. This thing is so itchy, people. I've got like a red ring around my neck. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you've been wearing it the whole time.
Yeah, and I'm taking the sunglasses off because I can't read
That
anything.
thing is hot and pokey. Like, it's made with real feathers and it pokes you. Golly.
It's ridiculous.
How you suffer for your art.
You do. I suffer for your art.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay. All right.
Even better. All right. So So this is gonna be about gangstas.
Gangstas.
Here we go.
Wow, it's like so bright in this room now.
Why?
Sunglasses.
Oh, you have sunglasses on too.
Okay, so first question: Where was Al Scarface Capone's? Where was Al Scarface Capone born?
Where was he born? I know the city he's famous for.
Okay.
But was he born there?
Well, A, Miami, Florida; B, Brooklyn, New York; C, Chicago, Illinois; or D, Naples.
Okay. I know that he's famous for being in Chicago. He's the Chicago outfit out there and all that. But was he born there? Or did he travel later? You know, I mean,
I mean, a mobster can't really stick around in one place for long.
You trying to get me off that makes me think you're trying to get me away from the answer. So that makes me want to say Chicago. Or you could really be trying to help. I feel like I'm in the.
It's like you don't even know me.
Well, I feel like I'm in the Princess Bride right now. It's like I don't know if I should am I taking the poison? I don't know.
It's inconceivable.
Yeah, it's inconceivable. Okay, I'm gonna say Chicago, though. I'm gonna go with that. That's what he's famous for.
Well, we got a lot of Chicagos.
He used a Chicago typewriter.
We got a lot of Chicagos.
Which in my painting, that's what the gangsta of Chevy, who was the model for that. She's holding a Chicago typewriter, a Tommy gun.
Is that what that's called?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because you're writing the headlines with it. Kappas.
Kappas. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. All right. The answer is, in fact, not Chicago. Sorry, guys. A lot of you put that down.
Oh, it's in New York.
It is Brooklyn, New York.
Man, I was thinking, yo, from Brooklyn. That's terrible. I mean, you could probably do New York accent better.
I would. It would probably be something ridiculous.
Pretend like you're your mom and then try to say it.
Well, let me just say, all the Fosters over here, they got it right. The entire family knows they're mobsters.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I love your mom's accent. Like, it doesn't come through very often.
Yeah. Like
but every once in a while, like Dawada.
Yeah.
Dawada. I don't know. I think it's so sweet. I don't know. It's really sweet.
Well, hold on. Mahapi Sauce people say, we are beyond blessed to have you do this for us. We truly appreciate you what you've done. Thank you from the entire Foster family. So.
Oh, well,
sweet.
Thanks, you guys so much. I appreciate that.
Thanks for the awesome sauce.
Yeah, and that you're in the company for Mahapi is so special too. I mean, it's that little town. I mean, the whole history. I don't know. It was just.
And they just got some exciting news. Like, they're being accepted in a, like, they just got a big.
Is it okay to say?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'll leave it to them.
Yeah, but it's
they know
so
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but they're doing well. I mean, it sounds like
Yeah.
many people realize how good this stuff is.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant.
Okay, next question. All right, so what was the name of Bugsy Siegel's Las Vegas hotel?
Oh gosh, I should know this because I'm a nerd.
You are a nerd. A, Stardust, B, Flamingo, C, Mirage, or D, Palace?
Oh, I want to say it's the Flamingo, but Stardust was a big thing, I think. I'm going to say Flamingo, but Bugsy.
You know, it's funny. When I took this quiz to prepare for it, I got quite a few of them right.
Ooh.
But I didn't really
brag
know
much.
But I didn't. I didn't know them. Like, it was all pure luck. Like, I literally was like click because I just needed the answers. But yeah.
Well, maybe that's the way you ought to take tests.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I did take tests.
I'm gonna say Flamingo because I know that was an old one and a huge one.
Yeah.
Stardust. So I want to say that was gosh. But I think it was Flamingo, and then because I want to say they opened it, and it did horribly because they weren't done with it, but they had to open it, and it was already way over budget because Bugsy was just he wasn't good at handling the money. Like he wasn't good. Like he was like an idea guy. He didn't know how to do things. And then he ended up getting whacked, and then it was all very, very successful, eventually.
Huh. Okay. Well, the answer, are you ready?
Yes.
Fred says they all were owned by gangsters, weren't they? They probably were.
Yeah, I think so.
The answer is, in fact, B, the Flamingo.
Ooh, I got one right. Woo-hoo! Yes. All right. So right now my score is 1-1.
Okay, are you ready for the next question?
I am ready.
Okay, what year, you should know this, nerd over there, what year did Prohibition begin in the United States? A, 1909, B, 1910, C, 1920, or D, 1933?
I think it was 1920. One thing that while everybody's thinking about this, one thing that I didn't know about, but the first market research was started in the 1920s for advertising.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like the Saturday Evening Post with their advertisers, like they weren't really happy with it because the advertisers, they didn't really know who the consumers were, the market was. They didn't know what ads to put in there. They didn't know if people were responding to it. They had no idea about any of this stuff. So they hired a firm to do social science and actually figure it out. It was the first market research, and then it grew from there. And then by the end of of that decade, advertising had grown, and they were spent like the advertising industry had gone up to like $3 billion. But that's like back then. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it just exploded. But I thought that was interesting because now in the 2020s, the whole market research thing is really like it's a big thing in the news again because. For apps and for the smartphones and Alexa and all these different things that are just getting our information, and people are starting to think, like, is this a good thing? And back in the 1920s, it was like, Well, shoot, they're using psychologists to try to to make us buy things. Like, is that fair? Is that cool? You know, and I don't know, it's interesting. 100 years later, we're asking different questions, but it's all about the same kind of stuff.
Huh.
So anyway, I don't know.
Fascinating.
Is it 1920? What are people saying?
Well, a lot of people are saying 1920. So the answer is 1920.
Ooh.
Very good. Very good.
Hold on. When you say win-loss, is the wins first or the losses? So
I think the wins are first.
2-1.
2-1.
Yes.
Chris says, if you ever watch Casino, there is no picture or monument to Bugsy. That is not true, though. There is a picture of Bugsy in the lowest level of the Flamingo.
Wow, is there really?
That's fascinating.
Wow,
crazy.
The Flamingo's still there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. We partied there.
Yeah, but, I mean...
I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
Pretty sure we did.
Who
knows?
Well, if we go back, we need to find it.
That would be interesting. The lowest level, though, that would, that's probably like, I don't know what's down there. That sounds scary. Anyway, okay. What mafia, are you ready for this?
Yes.
What mafia family was John Gotti's boss? Like, what was he the boss of?
I gotta think. Oh, gosh.
So you got A, Gambino, B, Lucchese, which I could be not pronouncing any of these right, C, Genovese, and D, Colombo.
Oh my goodness, John Gotti. I think it was Gambino. I'm trying to think. That was like in the 80s and stuff, wasn't it?
I don't know, but I got it right when I guessed.
Aren't you special? John Gotti, the head of the Gambino crime family, was indicted.
Are you imagining the news report in your head?
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
That's funny.
Known as the Dapper Don, he was brought in this morning for questioning. John Gotti, he was the Dapper Don, wasn't he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Little Miss Guessy. If you had to guess, what would you say?
I don't think I can answer that.
No, if he was the Dapper Don.
Oh. Sure?
Yes, you're right. Your guessing is good.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to go with Gambino.
Okay, well, you would be correct.
Ooh.
It is A, Gambino.
That's awesome.
Way to go.
Well, yay. Okay, so I'm 3-1, I think.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
All right, let's do it.
The movie Goodfellas was based on what gangsta's life?
Oh, I know this one, I think.
All right, you got...
Oh, maybe.
You got A, Lucky Luciano.
Oh, Lucky.
B, John Gotti. C, Henry Hill. Or D, Frank Costello.
Well, I think it was about Henry Hill, but Frank Costello was in it. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
Gosh,
I mean, maybe one or the other was Joe Pesci or something. I don't know.
Has anybody ever made a movie about Lucky Luciano, though? That'd be so interesting.
I will say there was a lot of information about that dude.
Well, he was incredible. I mean, to be a mobster and all this, like, don't do crime with kids, and all that. But this guy, like, his story is just so interesting and stuff. I mean, where he actually, like, he was in prison, and then he helped during World War II to be able, for the government and all, like, the ports, to make sure that stuff happened. So then the government let him out.
Yeah.
But he had to go to Italy, and I don't know, and then he kind of started the whole. I mean, it was just interesting. He's really, he's an interesting chapter in that whole gangster mob.
But was he lucky, or did he get made?
He was pretty lucky.
Well, cool, good for him, I guess.
I'm gonna say Henry Hill, because
right.
I want to say he was a star. I mean, he was the guy that was made up.
Well, the answer is officially C, Henry Hill.
Oh, Henry Hill. Oh, gosh.
Woo!
I'm like 4-1. I'm doing pretty good.
Very good, babe. Very good.
Huh, I'm so...
Yay.
That's surprising.
Okay, next question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Oh, you're a nerd. You might get this. In F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel The Great Gatsby, who was the character Meyer Wolfsheim based on?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I love Fitzgerald. Shoot, we should have watched that movie. We were gonna.
I know, and we didn't. So now.
And now I'm paying for it.
Now you're paying for it. That's right. Okay, A. Meyer Lansky, B. Mo Sedway, C. Al Capone, or D. Arnold Rothstein or Stein. Not sure.
Okay. I don't think it's Mo Land because that's a Vegas thing.
Okay.
Al Capone, no, I don't think. But Rothstein, maybe, because and Lansky, but Meyer Lansky, I'm gonna go with Rothstein.
What makes you say that?
Well,
all the other, you've exhausted all the others.
Well, the thing about Rothstein is that I want to say, like, and my memory isn't completely perfect on this.
Yeah.
But he was more of like an educate, like he came across more as an intellectual sort of kind of thing, you know, where it was more business. He wasn't like a thug.
Yeah.
I think if I'm thinking of the right guy, he wasn't so thug like, you know. So he was more, you know, he was more like Don Corleone sort of, you know, like or his son, you know, where he dealt with politicians, dealt with all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that, but Meyer Lansky, I think was more thuggy.
Well,
in Great Gatsby, it's all like highfalutin.
Yeah.
Stuff. So I'm thinking out of that, maybe Rothstein, just for that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, are you ready for the answer?
I'm ready.
The answer is D. Arnold Rothstein.
Oh yes. Oh my goodness!
Well,
I could be a gangster.
And
it's good to be a gangster.
to be a gangster. Well, and Chris says Rothstein was the manager of the Stardust.
Ooh.
So.
Now that's the deep knowledge there.
I know.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome.
All right, so we got a lot of names in the hat. Lots, and I'm just gonna say this: the Foster family cleaned up.
All right.
Like cleaned up, so their odds are pretty good.
Someone from the Foster family is probably gonna win this. That's good.
But I mean, and they're over on YouTube for the Facebook peeps. But are you ready? Are you ready to pull a name?
Oh, you already got it.
Yeah.
I am ready.
I'm on this. I got this. And Fred says I only get them right when I give up and guess. Shouldn't overthink things in life.
You're following Jackie's strategy, huh?
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Should I bring it over here?
Sure.
Okay, here it is.
The magic hat.
Can you see it in there? Can you see this stuff?
Kind of.
Okay.
And the tag that I never took off the hat.
Oh, really?
I didn't think of that tag off any of this stuff.
So some company in China about to win? if I get the tag?
Probably.
Okay.
All right, what did you pull?
I don't know. Caden
Foster.
Caden Foster. Oh, you were. Is it? Did I show it?
Yeah.
Okay. Caden Foster. Wow. Way to win.
Way to go.
Jackie, sir, would you like to tell him what he's won?
Okay, so how it works is you can go on the website and pick any image that you dig, and I will send you a medium print of it. You just need to, well, I would say you just need to email John, because on YouTube, I have no way to like really contact you personally. So if you want to Facebook or email John at bramblet@gmail.com and tell me what image you want, I will get it in the mail ASAP.
And down below me is a bramblet.com. So if you go there, it's a bramblet.com.
Yeah, you can check out all the paintings.
Yeah, you know, so anything you want, and we'll send it to you. But congratulations for winning. That's awesome.
Well, and Caden says, I'm so excited. So,
oh, man.
Cool.
Well, that's brilliant.
Should we tell, like, if he doesn't pick the Mahapi painting, should we tell people?
Nah.
Well, my mom says they finally think they know where Jimmy Hoffa is buried, in a barrel in cement. Yeah, well.
Oh, really?
That sounds.
Do they know where that barrel is?
Yeah, that would be the question. I'm sure he's in cement. It's where is the cement?
It's in the cement shoes. That's interesting, though. I mean, that's more information than they had before.
I remember, you know, a funny memory, like, This is a memory I have with my mom that is so like ingrained in my brain, and I have a horrible memory about childhood stuff. So, but it was when what's his name, the reporter was unearthing Al Capone's safe, Geraldo. And I remember it was my mom was like, we're watching this, and it's tonight, it's a thing. I don't think anybody else was in town. Like, I think my dad was out of town, my 2 brothers weren't there. And she made me fish sticks over rice with cheese sauce, which is like my favorite dish. and I was like, like watching this, and then that thing was empty.
Yeah, I remember watching that. That's funny that that would be decades probably before we knew each other. And I was watching it from the hospital with I think my parents and some nurses and some other people, and we were all watching it like in a ward. And no, it wasn't a ward. It was a room. It was in a room. I was only had like and it was the same thing though. We were all like, like, and the nurses would like come back in, like, and they were like, Have they got it yet? Have they opened it? They opened it. They were like, so we just had more and more people.
What a massive letdown that was.
And there was like, and Ronald was like, yeah, but it's historical. we got to live with history tonight, and
that's funny.
Yeah, thanks.
Well,
Ronald.
6 says she's all kinds of on top of it. Go Jackie.
Hey.
Kelly says congratulations, Caden. Chris says congrats, Caden, or Caden doesn't know how to spell it, but congrats. And then 6 says woot. Fred says if you do a backwards day and make the winner the one who gets nothing right, then I would win.
You're Fred.
He does pretty well. Yeah,
he gets them right a lot.
And my mom says yes, they know where the specific concrete is, possibly.
Really?
So that I'm curious. I'm gonna have to look this up.
That's interesting.
And then Fred says good job, Caden. Chris says and it wasn't anything about the Geraldo thing. Yes. So. And Shannon says, congratulations, Caden. And Mahapi Sauce peeps say, thank you both so much. I am going to send you some Mahapi Sauce.
Oh, you guys don't have to do that.
You guys are awesome.
We would definitely eat it.
I mean, I literally, this is my last jar. But anyway, I'm still working on it. Anyway. That was all the questions.
Yeah, you've been
so,
buying some.
Yeah.
Well, brilliant, guys. Well, that's about all the advertising stuff I can tell you guys from the 1920s, except they also started color advertising then. So just think, if you're a consumer, you're used to going to the store, and like from 1910 and stuff, you were, and then suddenly you have these color ads that are coming out. You've got radio ads. It's everywhere. You're being inundated. I mean, it's the modern world, and it's starting right then.
Bam. And art was never the same since.
Yeah, it really changed things. So that's interesting.
So next week you're going to be working on a new piece. We are going to do a fun game that I think is going to be hilarious.
Which means it's going to be embarrassing for me, I would imagine.
Probably, hopefully. But be sure and tune in. We do it live Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time every week. Be sure and subscribe, all that fun stuff. Hit the little bell so that you're notified when we go live, and play trivia with us or games. Yeah,
and if you want better chances like the Mahapi family, be sure and let your friends and family know, and you guys can
really
you can stack the odds.
Get your whole family in on it.
Which is awesome.
Well, let me say, Barbara says there used to be guys who came around to the house trying to sell beefsteaks, and I told one of them I'm not buying meat off a truck. And he said, why? And I told him because they haven't found Jimmy Hoffa yet. I love Barbara. She's so funny.
That's funny.
Well, and then Fred says, thank you, always fun. Look for the Yogi Bear ad. It's funny.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Thanks, Fred.
And Chris says, love yins. Oh. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, and see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, guys. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Oh, you know what? This is the 3rd time in a row.
You need to get this together.
I'm a broken person. Okay, we're really ending it now, guys. Sorry.
Are we, though?
Maybe.
Yeah.